Brunswick.
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 It's a long intro. We get to watch the spring that goes into the clamp.
And the
Follow the... Whoa, that was bright. Let's weld some junk.
ka-chunk, ka-chunk, ka-chunk.
How it's made! It's Stationary July. Today on How It's Made.
Retractable ballpoint pens.
Yes. It's the last week of Stationary July.
It's very sad.
It is. One of our beloved fans has pointed out we may have spelt stationary wrong, but no one likes a smarty pants.
No.
So, you know, just live with it, man.
Deal with it.
Just move on.
Today we got retractable pens.
Oh, they look expensive.
Pencils. Yes.
Pens.
Pens.
Retractable
Okay.
ballpoint pens.
Oh, pens. Okay.
Yes.
I was
This is the
thinking
Volt.
Pencils. Don't know what.
No, you don't get ballpoint pencils.
Okay.
But this is the vault where they lock away the pens once they are completed. But we're not interested in that. We're interested in putting them together, making them retractable.
This is the innards, the white bit, and it's just putting them the right way around for fun.
It's a very, very expensive machine just to do that.
And it's printing a little label on the side for fun. Too.
It's pumping them full of ink.
Oh my goodness.
If one of them explodes in your pocket, gotta get a new shirt.
And no trousers too.
And the new trousers too. If you have the pen in your trousers, which many men do.
It gets too hot and explodes.
Yes, this is called the Pachuca, and it pachooks little nuggets everywhere.
Little nuggets of joy.
Yes, for you to take home. They drill a tiny, tiny hole through the middle of the pachucas.
And it's spinning and running in and everything. It's so fast, it's hard to even see what's going on.
We can't hear it, but I imagine it's very loud
And awesome.
and awesome. And
You
people-
didn't say anything about the Pachuca.
I didn't like it enough to want to talk about it.
Oh, okay.
It made me angry. But it does sound awesome. This whole factory sounds awesome. As men walk past the window, they say, "My God, they must be making one hell of a machine in there."
And little do they know they're just making pens.
Just ordinary pens that they may buy in the streets.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're checking the blood pressure of the pen now.
That's amazing.
It's all good.
It's ready
A
for schools.
clean bill of health. Good to know.
And this, they've got the ink. Oh my god.
Whoa! They're put into some sort of centrifugal force system.
This is to put all the ink and mix it.
Yes, because you don't want a pen that gradually gets thicker ink as you write. That would be frustrating.
Wow, this
Oh my
one-
god!
It's writing little
That's
M's.
the best thing I've ever seen.
That's amazing.
If it could write J's as well, we'd be set.
Hey! I wonder what it would do if it didn't work though, if the one didn't write.
Well, then they'd have to turn the machine off and go home.
And stop making pens.
Yes, and throw today's batch in the bin.
This is a little clip you put on the side to put in your top pocket.
Yes, and without this, every pen on earth would be useless.
And they've got the nubs as well.
The white goes in the bucket that twirls, the blue drops into the system that drops, the pens go in the bucket that drops and twirls.
And this is the bit that you can never get back in when you remove it yourself.
Yes, you should never take apart a retractable ballpoint pen, but let's be honest, who can resist? We've all done it.
You just want to get into that spring.
You just want to know.
The spring.
Here it comes!
Here's the spring!
Oh, how did you know?
I know there's a spring.
Oh, that's a beaut.
The spring is the actual mechanism for retractability.
Whoop,
It's
wing,
amazing.
whoop, wing, bop, bop, bop.
And that doesn't look like anything like a pen, but we're going to put
Oh,
a
here
bit
they
on the
go.
top. There it is.
This particular pen has a nice rubber grip.
And look at it spinning. It
Whoa.
spins it on like that.
That's why it's so hard to unscrew, because it's been done by a mighty machine. Is this checking the button works?
I don't know.
Could you imagine if it was? Just listening to the clicking of pens all day.
Wow.
Be enough to drive them.
Wow.
Whoa!
Oh my god.
Enough to drive a man out of his mind.
That is crazy. Now that machine likes to press that and it's weird.
It is very weird, but you know, it's a living.
I don't know what that was. It was scrapey.
They've cheekily put their website into our How It's Made video. I'm very angry about that.